Okay, for those who know, just joined us on YouTube Live. I apologize. I don't know why it's just suddenly like out, but whatever the case may be. Um, okay, so sorry, I gotta do this on Twitch. There we go. Charge that one, and because it should have been fully charged from last night, but didn't get that chance to go. So anyways, guys, like I said, Moose and Special Agent Zero, went against each other after the was that Order 4 ended up interfering in the Moose and Eddie Edwards match. So will be a good powerhouse for both of them like to face each other. So oh, Special Agent Zero got some hops. Okay, so both big guy fighting stuff like that. That's good. Wait a minute. Gray Hands interfere. Moose tries to take Alicia from Skylar, but she is caught in the crossfire. Moose carries. Oh, okay. Oh, he tried to protect them. Oh, okay. So Special Agent Zero did defeat Moose, and I guess it's a good way to like do that match because you don't know which one of them you want to win, but it's like at least just make it like this somehow that you can twist the story, and if you want to continue on, you can do it from there. So the Elegance Branch versus ODB, and the return of Taryn Terrell and Mickey James in a hardcore country match. So basically, just saying like a hardcore match. So something good, Why not bring the legends and stuff like that? So that's cool. Um, let's see. And I bet you it probably was a very good, let's see, yeah, very good, hardcore match. Lollipops. Okay, how creative. Um, let's see. I'm just reading a little bit more, so don't mind me. Oh yeah, they really went country, all right. That's crazy. Uh, pickleball, so they ain't nothing original, but something different. And plus, fit ODV's character anyway. Anyways, so okay, so the Elegance brand did defeat them. So I guess probably making it look good for their brand. So whatever. Oh wow. Oh okay. So this was the breaking news that they was talking about, and I didn't really sure like what was going on. So ODB is now going to be in the TNA Hall of Fame for Bound for Glory when they have it this October. So congrats to her and about time. Uh, let's see. Well, this is kind of interesting. So AJ Francis going against Nick Nemeth, accompanied by oh Baron Kozer, the Cleveland Browns throwback quarterback. I'll just say throwback because you want to say legends and stuff like that. So wherever the case may be. I saw clips of this, and although the match was very interesting and very good. But I don't know if for Nick Nemeth it's just like a one time face turn only, or it's just they trying to separate him from his brother and stuff like that. Who knows? Um. Okay. Was dressed in like a Cleveland Browns gear, so it's kind of like nickname his hometown anyway. Well, yeah. So yeah, so it's beneficial for him, represent, football team. Let's see, Teo4939. Hey, welcome to the live. I appreciate it. And like I said for you guys on YouTube that just joined us, we were like filming live earlier twice, and something out of nowhere, just cut out for some odd reason. I don't know why. So hopefully this time stays in place. Um, okay. Okay. That's interesting. That probably explains the match that's going to happen this Thursday between Casey Lothario and AJ Francis. He did return. Wait, Casey wrestles. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Francis tried to bring steel chair into the max, but referee disarms him. Francis strikes the referee, and Bernie Kosar does get involved, puts himself between AJ Francis and Nick Nemeth. Casey Lothario distracts AJ Francis by walking down the ramp toward the ring. Kosar slammed the steel chair into AJ Francis' spine. Nick Nemeth hit him with the danger zone and secured a pinfall. So what a way for Casey Navarro to get his revenge. So that's good. So Nick Nemeth did win and go on from there. Um, I heard a little bit of controversy of this next match. For the TNA Knockouts Championship. Like I said, from the NXT, Ariana Grace will defend the title against Lee Lan Lee, who she took it from January's PLE or pay per view, I should say. So yeah, oh yeah, Zaire Brookside is out on corner, so I'm not gonna tell y'all about what crazy thing that happened. So I'm just gonna like read it down there, then I'll explain it to y'all like afterwards. Um, so okay. Sorry y'all, I'm kind of like a fast reader by mind, but when me speaking out loud, not so much. Yeah. Okay, Stacks tried to interfere, and Zaire Brookside stopped him. Stacks was ejected.
Tornado watch is going to be issued for southeast Wisconsin.
Not surprised. Okay, okay, good. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, okay. Reading it. Okay. Wow. Okay. Zara Brookside interferes and put Grace's foot on the rope and attacks Lee. She shoves Lee into the steel steps and rolls Lee back into the ring. Oh wow. So yeah, that's betrayal. So I'm thinking like I think it's too early to put Zaya Brookside heel and like the her career when she was in like in NXT UK, they didn't turn her heel, but I don't know. Maybe TNA might got bigger plans for her, but in my opinion, there are some people that there are heels that shouldn't be. Maybe if you want to try to attempt it, they got the same attitude, it will work. But when someone's a face and don't need to like turn heel, just don't do it. It doesn't work. Um, because there's few people, they try to turn heel and it just like did not work. The fans, over kind of overruled them. Like the same thing, with the Street Profits, when they got more edgier attitude and they started attacking people, and WWE was hoping, that they will like the fans would boom. No, the fans actually cheered them. So it's like they had no choice but just make it work and derail their plans. So, anyways, yep, Ariana Grace retained. So it's crazy. Okay, Eric Young calls out EC3, so EC3 is returning to TNA. I didn't know his contract with NWA had expired, so and then that kind of explains some things what was going on with NWA for like the past couple of weeks. Like he wasn't there, so that did explain a lot. So okay, so EC3 and Eric Young will face each other this Thursday on Impact. Okay. Yeah, and TNA International Championship match with Trey Miguel defending against Mustafa Ali with the older four. And just from the beginning, from what it says, that it ain't gonna look good for Trey Miguel. So eventually, he did lose it, and although Reno is a very good match, but it was just too much for like Trey Miguel to handle, and Mustafa Ali won his first title in TNA, and now is the international champion. So, and yeah, Mustafa Ali got a new look too. So actually, cut his hair. So interesting. Oh yeah, well, like I said with Lee and Zara Brookside, I guess it's gonna be more to the story. Who knows? Abyss return. Just for like that little segment. So this should be interesting. What the? Can you help my fundraiser with $5 donation on Sports Junior? I'm a wrestler. Um, Whoever you are that's on TikTok, send me a separate messages and maybe we can talk from there. I don't think right now this is the part to talk about all that stuff. So send me a separate message, and we'll talk about it from there. Um. Anyways, cool. The Abyss return. So I don't know what his role gonna be. Help. Assisting with Rosemary. We'll see how it is. You know, go from there. Um, TNA World Tag Team Championship. You got the System, uh, Bear Bronson and Brian Myers going against the Hardys. Um, they should have had a stipulation from this match after them being attacked by the Righteous Ones. Although they did have a match against them 2 weeks ago, and they did end up as you can tell retaining the titles. Um, yeah, man, typical. And oh my God, okay, they did win. Oh, okay, the System did win the tag title, so that's something that they got in their belts. The new System. So wow, okay, something different. Didn't expect that, but yeah, it did happen. So the System are now new TNA World Tag Titles. But did anything happen like during that? Let's see. The Okay, so the Righteous Ones did not interfere. So, but did the other members of the System interfere? Actually, no, which is kind of a shocker. But okay, they won it fair and square. Give them that. Um, let's see. Alyssa Edwards with Moose backstage. Moose wanted to take Alicia to the hospital, but she insists to stay for the main event. Hmm. Then they mentioned the matches that's going to happen this Thursday with EC3 facing Eric Young and Casey Navarro returning to go against AJ Francis. So yeah, and plus the main event, the TNA World Championship, Mike Santana defending against Eddie Edwards, which I explained he did win the Feast of Fire suitcase that had the world title shot on it. So cashing it in and going from there. So let's see. And the crazy thing is like before this, Mike Santana was on NXT this past Tuesday. I think he was helping OMT with the Dark State. Um, but OMT and Mike Santana did win that match. Um, let's see. There's gonna be yeah, I kind of figured this was gonna happen. But I thought it would have already happened on the sacrifice, but it happened tonight. So Alicia did show her true colors and did betray Moose. So I'm not even, surprised. But I guess I'm a little surprised that it happened at this time. It didn't happen at Sacrifice. So, yeah, I guess, go for cover. Oh yeah, it's all out brow. So Mike Santana did retain, so that's good. So they tried to interfere, and Moose was on Mike Santana's side, trying to do as much he can, prevent the system. So Mike Santana did his finishing move and pinned Eddie Edwards for 1, 2, 3. So yeah. Oh wow, what a colostic cluster of a match. So a lot of things, I guess, it did needed to happen because we knew at one point, that Alicia was going to betray Moose, but they made it look good and just like shockingly that it happened. Oh hey, Chad the Topper, thanks for the like and subscribe. So I appreciate it. Okay, for you guys that's watching on YouTube, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers because when we get to that point, we will start doing giveaways and things like that. So, stay tuned. And if you guys that's watching through TikTok, we're doing a giveaway as well. If you can get to 500 likes, y'all probably already know what the giveaway it is, but I will tell people that that probably just joined us on TikTok. I will let them know about it, before the show's over. But yeah, wow, that was a lot. I'm sorry, but that was a lot. Especially the main event was like showing like a bigger picture. So I get that. Rating it and grade it. God, from what it looks like, the match of the night. So let's see. Let me scroll down. I know I didn't do match of the night for Stand and Deliver, which I should have, but didn't. But Jesus Christ. Sorry for using the Lord's name. Uh, well, it was hard to tell, but I had to give it to the women on this one with the hardcore country match. So I would give them, the match of the night. So let me rate them and grade them. With the Rebellion being, one of their big four pay-per-views. Um, um, and plus, writing out matches as well. So and plus, one of their big four is not like one of their like it's one of their big fours, but it's not like the main one. Their main one is, of course, is I thought it would be Slammiversary, but it's actually Bound for Glory. So I would have to maybe grade this maybe like a A minus. I would grade it a A minus. Rated it. I probably will. It will be very close to a 10, but I would give it a 9.5. I'll do 9.5 and give it like a 9.5 out of 10 and grade it like a solid A. No, I say A minus. Okay, I say A minus. So very close to a solid A, but yeah, A minus and 9.5 out of 10. So there we go with that one. So we're gonna move on and go to AEW Dynasty, which I told you guys earlier. I did see majority of that pay-per-view because somebody kind of leaked it on YouTube. Not saying any names, not saying who, but I'm glad the person did, and it's cool. So 0 Hour I did not watch, but I did hear what happened. So Camille ended up attacking Willow Nightingale, and this Wednesday she has a TBS title shot. So against them two going to face on tomorrow. Let's see what happened. Alice Windsor defeated Mara Severe. So okay. Another 0 Hour. Camille defeat Big Annie. I think it was somebody local, so I'm not even sure. And the AEW National Championship. So why Jungle Jack Perry gets that treatment of defending his title in the 0 Hour? I don't get it. But anyways, He did retain, defeating Mark Davis of the Don Callis family. Oh, God, can't stand the Don Callis family. Oh, and there was another match for 0 Hour. Divine Domination. Sorry, I probably said it wrong, but they did win and beat High End and Maya World. Get down here. Oh, you better, because I was gonna throw a shoe at you. But anyway, so they kicked off the main card. I did see this match, and I thought this match was very interesting. Nothing against Kenoshi Tazuka and Tsukada Okada, but him holding that international title for so long. And it felt like it was like 3 years since he hold that and defended not so much, but still, it's like why? Like why he didn't lose it? He did, today did, combine, the continental title and the international title. So it was like a combination. They did had it both. Then I forgot who beat. I think it was Kenny Omega that beat Okada for that, and ended up being the yeah, yeah. At that point, let's just say that. So good match. The Young Bucks did defeat both Okada and Konoshé. So that's kind of interesting. And two already Okada and Konosuke don't get along anyway. So yeah, that's crazy. Um, Ricochet and the returning Chris Jericho. They kind of did this build this matchup this past Wednesday. So Jericho made his return and signed his AEW contract just to stay a little bit longer, whatever. Because I know people was hoping Jericho will go back to WWE, but hey, I guess not saying there has been, but the older wrestlers, I guess they want to stay around, and I guess AEW is the place for them. But anywho, this is a possible match of the night. But we will get to like what I'm officially saying who is match of the night is. But I was shocked about the results. So Ricochet did beat Chris Jericho, but then again, Ricochet's team, had he was a company. I forgot who they were. I think they say more of it on the bottom. So let me read it. Where is it? Let's see. Well, it was good. The crowd did chant that you still got it, so that's good. And the crowd chanted boy Ricochet, so there ain't nothing new. Let's see. Okay. Well, yeah. I thought they would name. I forgot what his group name was. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, let's just move on. Let's see. Then you got an interesting match. I guess the winner will receive a AEW World Title shot. I didn't know that until just reading it now. But I did see this match. Darby Allin, you might as well call him a AEW original. But still, he had the tag titles and TNT title, but won't they give him something, gracious? It's like the same thing, they doing with like Orange Cassidy. He has like multiple titles, but never had, the AEW title, which, I would like to see either Orange Cassidy or Darby Allin to get it next off of MJF. Um, But yeah, Darby Allin did beat Andrade El Idolo. I did like the finish on this one, especially like it was an awkward pin that Darby Allin did, which I thought was great. Um, but yeah, and the two did, shake hands afterwards. So Darby Allin does get an AEW title shot. Maybe it's on their next pay per view, which would be Double or Nothing. That will be in May. Who knows? I did see this match as well, and I I guess you kind of wanted it, the Christian Cage and Adam Copeland to actually win the tag titles, so it would be on their resume. But then again, this storyline probably is not even far from over. But FTR, they did win and beat Christian and Adam. Eh, what can you say? Um, I thought that gauntlet match was a very good match too, and I didn't know the TNT Championship was vacated. So I'll take it. Probably what's his name is injured, so whoever's calling me, they just gonna have to wait. Um, so Kevin Knight, after him and his team, Speedball, and I forgot who else was on that team that won the trios titles. After losing the trios titles on Thursday on Collision, so he ended up winning. The Gauntlet is now the TNT champion. So I swear I thought it was Kyle Fletcher that hold it last, and let me see if they explain more what happened. Um, yeah, cause I know Kyle Fletcher took it from Tommaso Ciampa, and I guess I know they talked about he was injured, but I didn't think it was like too serious. But I guess it's serious enough for them to vacate the title. But anyways, so yeah, Kevin Knight with his first, well, might as well say his second AEW title with winning the TNT champion. Um, Match was kind of like weird to me with the AEW Women's World Championship. You got Tekla defending against Jamie Hayter. Like I said, it did have some high spots, which I was kind of glad. Oh, user FV4KW7ZZ4U. Welcome to the live. Appreciate it. Anybody wants like a shout out, just say hi on here, and I'll shout your name out. So yeah. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah. It was some good offensive moves, by both of them, but Tekla did retain. Um, let's see. Yeah, Continental Championship. I did see that. Brutal match, and like I said earlier, like Will Ospreay did. Give a tribute to AJ Styles. Did the Styles class during the match. I was thinking like maybe Will Ospreay was gonna win it, but that did not happen. So John Moxley ended up retaining. I guess Darby Allen will have big plans on Wednesday's Dynamite. They probably talk about that. In the Trios Championship, the congregation with the returning Kyle O'Reilly and Vancouver's own. Um, hey George. So I did see that match as well. So the congregation did defeat the Dogs, who, like I said, they won the Trios title this past Thursday on a special edition of Collision. So that was kind of weird. They just hold it for like a few days, then they just lose it. I guess they had better plans. Who knows? And the crazy enough, kind of insane main event. Saw parts of this, but didn't see the closing moments of it. So yeah, MJF did beat Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega did had the title shot when he went against Swerve Strickland a couple of weeks ago, and part of his ownership for AEW versus Swerve Strickland's title shot. And as you know that hey, thanks for checking in anyway. So yeah, MJF wins it and retain it. So match of the night. Like I said, this one is going to be tricky on like match of the night, because I mentioned one match. Like I said, Ricochet and Jericho. That was a possible match of the night, and plus the Gauntlet for the the vacant TNT Championship would have been match of the night. But ooh, very close, very close. So I'm gonna have to give it to Ricochet and Jericho for match of the night. Although it was Jericho's returning match, but although a little bit of interference, but I thought it was still good match. So yeah, so I'm going with that match for being match of the night. Okay, so rating it and grading it. I can't, like I said, I did see a majority of the pay per view. It's just the main event. I kind of like missed like the closing moment of it. But let's see. Although it had a lot of matches within like a little bit over like 4 hours and kind of like crazy crap. A Twister didn't. Oh god, yeah. But yeah, it's just like I said, George. Like I said, I'm going for Jericho and Ricochet for match of the night. Um. Anyways, rating in the greatest. So let me count. Like they have 4 0 hour matches. So 4 matches an hour. That's good enough. But otherwise, you have one, two, three, four. No, five, six, seven, 8, 9 matches in a matter. Like a little bit over 4 hours, I believe. But yeah, I some like pay per views when it comes to AEW is hard to grade because they have a lot of action, but sometimes it gets like a little bit too much. Um, I can understand if you had like if WWE maybe done something like this, have like 9 matches and like in the 4 hour period, most of their PLEs would be great. Instead, then they trying to go with the less is more crap. So one of the things WWE needs to change. And yeah, so all that stuff's going on, and I did lose a little bit, attention on some of these matches because I guess it's kind. I guess it's just the direction where some of these matches was going is like lost had me like confused. So I'm gonna give it I'm gonna grade it no, let me rate it first. I'm gonna rate it 8 out of 10. So I'm gonna do that. To be fair, 8 out of 10, which is a good number. Um, but grading it, I would give it very close to an A-, but it's gonna be a B+. So I'll give AEW Dynasty a B+. Just some of the direction it was going for, and just yeah, I do agree. Yeah, they had so many like pay-per-view matches. It's like some of the matches you end up just losing attention to, and it's like kind of hard to follow. So but then again, I know they want to make them like very good matches, but some of the matches they try to make them very good. They make like some of the wrestlers are like invincible. So that's what I kind of lose it at when they trying to make like the move they're supposed to do, supposed to take a person out, make them seem like they some of them were like invincible or something like that. It's just don't make any sense. So yeah, like I said, B+ and a very close to an A-, but B+ and 8 out of 10, very close to a 9 out of 10. So that's my agreement. That their next pay per view will be Double or Nothing. It's in late May, I believe. I think it's the day before Memorial Day week. It's on Memorial Day weekend, but it's like the day before Memorial Day. So yeah, it'll be in New York, and maybe Darby Allin will probably get his title shot against MJF. Who knows? If Kenny Omega will get a rematch, maybe it'll be on Dynamite or Collision. I don't know. So only time will tell on that one. So I can end it on that, and that's your grades for the last two pay-per-views. Like I said, I gave Rebellion 9 out of 10 and an A-.
You said B+.
No, that's for AEW. AEW, I gave a B+ and a 8 out of 10. Um, Okay, I'm just gonna see if there's any news, to talk about before, move on to talk about Buck stuff. Um, okay, the AEW show they will have both the Grande Americanos will be a mask versus mask. Oh, it would be an event that would be next month. I think it's that May 30th event that they're gonna have that mask versus mask. Well, thank God because one of them need to be, unmasked. Because I'm sorry, the although it's good, we already know who's under both of the masks, but it's just good, to see, it going on. Okay, on sale now, SummerSlam VIV package. Um, I guess we can talk about that for a little bit since that just popped up on my feed. The package they got, of course, they did it in Cleveland last year, and 400,000 was they said I think it was like 40,000, and I think that was the high for their package for Cleveland, and for Minneapolis, it's 20,000. So a bit lower, which I could afford. That would have all the access, tickets to front of the ring for ringside for like both nights, and of course, I'm gonna be at SummerSlam regardless. But yeah, it's I don't know. But they probably would have a whole bunch of meet and greets and stuff going on around there. Like they do have it with WrestleMania. They have a whole bunch of other meet and greets. They have WFSO World going on. So me, it probably all depends on the prices. Like if they did like the same thing, they did with Elimination Chamber. Had a certain amount of guests. And plus like affordable prices. That would be a good move. Or have like some free meet and greets. First come first serve. Do that. They did it with This I can't believe I got his name. Penta. Yeah, Penta. So yeah, I ended up missing on that one, but no, I did explain it on the. I think it was on the March episode of Aftermath. So I explained that. Let's see. No, Stephen A. Smith says Nick Khan talked to him about being a WWE manager. No, no. Apparently, Io Sky and Asuka was going to be scheduled for WrestleMania 42, which would have been good. They could have, like I said, they need like an extra match to add on there to having, the quantity of the match, having like more matches. And I understand, they want the quality of the match, but you can still get that too. Because I don't think you need like a half an hour just to tell like a story in the match, which I don't get. I don't know. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, because like I said, with the AEW and TNA beef, so they was gonna have like a MJF and Nick Nemeth match, and then they was gonna have Ricochet versus Leon Slater at this one event, which now TNA decided, pull, both Nick Nemeth and Leon Slater out of that match. It would have been good to see, but it just didn't happen, which kind of sucks. Um, let's see. Probably make a trade mate. Okay, we ain't in UFC, whatever. Now you want to talk about that? Okay, yeah, they had nothing but like freaking on UFC. Um, yeah, that's the first about this website, Wrestling Incorporated. Talk about UFC more. So this is kind of strange. Um, Yeah, it was announced that former, WWE star Gable Stevenson will debut this summer in the UFC. So did sign with them, and I'm glad they give him something to do. But I think his run in WWE was like mishandled, and maybe they should have kept him down a little bit more in NXT before calling him up to the ring roster. Just have him do something to have him like maybe win, or North American title or something. But it was badly handled, and you saw the fans' reaction. They was booing him because they was trying to make him like the next Kurt Angle. which I don't know how that's possible. And they'd be looking at when they thinking Chad Gable could have been, the next Kurt Angle. They didn't boo that, but it's just stupid. Fans at times. And I'm saying that for everything, and I mean I'm gonna get on this subject about when it comes to movies, TV shows, also with wrestling, basketball, and stuff like that. Fans don't always know what they want. They're going by just what they think, in which half of the time it's not logic, it's not common sense. They okay, maybe we should go for this player and da da da. Explains to me like what I was talking about yesterday with a friend I used to work with. Um, he's talking about like the Bucks should go for DeMar DeRozan. Um, I think the Bucks don't want to go backwards because they get DeMar DeRozan. Not saying he's a bad player, but he's not a very good 3-point shooter, and you don't need that around Giannis. You need at least a player that's like a good 3-point shooter. That's gonna be the second star, kind of like with Chris Middleton. And here's an interesting thought. They could get Chris Middleton back if they
Is
want to.
Daisy in there?
Yeah, she's right here by me. Um, like I said, they probably could get Chris Middleton back if they wanted to for a cheaper price. The only reason I'm saying they could because maybe they want to keep Giannis. That probably be one of the things that they could do. But
When
if
you're done, can you get his TV back up for me? Because
yeah,
I'm done with that bedroom.
yeah, sure. I'll say they get Chris Middleton at a cheaper price, then by all means, yeah, go get him. But if he want the amount that he had, this past season, no, no. I'm sorry, he's not worth the contract. Although he's getting like some of his like shades back and stuff like that, like scoring and things like that. But no, he is not worth that much of a contract. Maybe like a $5 million contract. A lot of people say, Chris Middleton did rob the Bucks blind by the contract, especially with a lot of injuries that he had, and half of y'all was saying like they should keep Chris Middleton, blah 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 blah. Majority of his career, he's always injured. So, really, think about that. Think about that. But anyways, back to this. Liv Morgan came out with a vehicle called Trouble. I'm so and so with it. Maybe if I watch it again, maybe might have a change of tune. But right now, I give the video and the music, good beats. But I guess just in general, I give it like so-so. I say so-so. So yeah. Um, but yeah, let's see what else. Of course, they're setting up the stage for WrestleMania 42. Um, let's see. Okay, on Dynamite, Kevin Knight will have his TNT Championship title defense on Wednesday. Um, oh, that's good for TNA. Their ratings are getting up there, and why people say like with people watching AEW on TBS, TNT, and HBO Max, they got good numbers. Same thing could be said about TNA. Same thing could be said about NXT, SmackDown, also Raw, and where other shows is out there. NWAF, for example, as well. You never know. Um, let's see. Okay, a 2-night blockbuster for specials for Dynamite and Collision. 2 night. Oh yeah, that's gonna be sometime in May, I believe. They're May or June. They'll be in Cincinnati, and I guess it's gonna be like Wednesday for Dynamite and that Thursday for Collision. Kind of like how that was. So like Kenya, she's a former CMLL, sorry. and I guess she was a she left CMLL for AEW when they purchased it, last year. So anyway, she made her AAA debut. I didn't see it yet, but I
I
am.
swear it sounded like you said she married Triple H. I'm like, huh?
No, uh, she made her AAA debut this past Saturday. I didn't watch it, but I am going to at some point just to see, how it goes. Okay, so guys, a little bit more explaining with the that trios title change. Gabe Kidd did get injured during that trios match. Okay. Oh yeah, and that about Shawn Michaels like reflecting back from how he was until how he running NXT and stuff like that. That is out, and I believe they say it was out on Netflix. So and they did explain a little bit more about the Hulk Hogan thing that's coming out when next
Gives a
Wednesday.
shit.
She don't, but I guess it was with his last interview ever before he passed. I think it's gonna be worth watching because I do want to get his reaction on how the crowd did boo him on Monday Night Raw for his last appearance. No, just get his reaction and see what he like reflects on things that's going on. Especially the controversy that he had. Since they did the reality show Hogan Knows Best in with his ex-wife and his other ex-wife and his current girlfriend or wife or wherever she is. So yeah. So the last, I would say maybe like 20 years, he's been like facing controversy of a lot of things. That's just crazy. So I will watch just to see, what's going on, and it's just gonna be like a wait and see type of moment. Um. Oh yeah, because this Friday on SmackDown there will be a Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Carmelo Hayes did win it last year, and you see the results of it that he did actually had the United States title. So, and I think he did had a good run with it. He did. So, if they're gonna put it back on him again, or they'll have him reach like a higher ceiling, like maybe go for the WWE title, I don't know. So, if they just want to keep him around for the United States Championship thing, why not? Because the plan is this is from what I heard, so I'm not gonna like say it's true. So you can take it with a grain of salt and be like me, like believe it till you see it. But I guess the plan is for Sami Zayn to lose it at WrestleMania against Trick Williams and have Melo and Trick Williams go against each other for it. Maybe have like a long feud or something like that. Which you saw them feuding in NXT, before Carmelo Hayes, got called up and all that was going on. So, of course, Carmelo Hayes did do it all in NXT and had a good reception about it too. So, and of course, a lot of people are pleased, with both Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. So, maybe this feud, if it's going to happen, will take it up on the next level. So, you know what, that'd be great. Um.
Second movie today we watched with him.
Oh yeah, because he was on Halloween Ends, right?
Yep.
Alberto Del Rio always stays in trouble. If it ain't, with the relationship he had with Paige back then, he's in trouble with, or something, going on with WWE, then you have this. So he got charged with domestic violence against his current wife, which, like I said, he's been in like a lot of trouble too.
She wants
So
me to throw this.
yeah, she will go after that for some
I
odd
know
reason.
she will, but it's like,
Just
come on
crazy.
now.
So yeah, of course, he was at one point, when WWE brought, AAA, he was the AAA Mega Champion. So, and plus, I guess with his background and stuff like that, that WWE don't want nothing to do with Alberto Del Rio, which, as you can see here, and all the other stuff he had going on in the pads, you can see why. So, I think it was sometime in May they had having to lose it to El Del Michael. I might have got his name wrong. Then eventually, like later on last year, he ended up losing it to Dominic Mysterio, which he currently have the AAA Mega Championship, which is their main title. So yeah, at one point, Dominic was double champion, the AAA Mega and also Intercontinental champion, which he lost it to John Cena in November, before Survivor Series where they had a rematch and Dominic won it back. Then recently Dominic Mysterio lost it to Penta.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe Alberto El Patron or Dario, whatever you want to call him, needs to go to rehab and really needs some serious help. And I think
Oh,
WWE
that's because it's
should
actually using
intervene
Panama.
and help him
Yeah.
with that because with WWE's, rehabbing programs, it's
They're
been
tiny.
working wonders
They're so
for
freaking
certain
tiny.
people. Like who? It was somebody that recently was talking about that.
I have
Did
some little ones left over.
yeah, now he
Yep.
once played Mordecai, but now he's Kevin Thorne.
Because they're actually
So
very
Kevin
much like
Thorne was
resin
like in a
molds
rehab
to
program for
fill.
WWE, and
And I was like, you
turned
know
his life
what? If I
around.
put flowers in there, they're gonna
Sometimes he
chip.
wrestle, and most of the times
So I'm
he's
like,
in
how am I
real
gonna
estate.
mold it?
So
Oh, I know, I've got extra resin.
that's his good, backup job. So, which is good for him. So, like I said, the
You
rehabbing
put the
program that
resin
WWE
in,
has,
you then put
it
the
works
flowers in,
wonders.
and then you let
And
it dry so the
there are
flowers
some people
seal
that
in
I
the
think
resin.
should have like had the help. Like another thing, like WWE should have did that for
See, I
China,
tried that
China
a
before
few years
she
back
ended
when I
up,
first started working with resin.
collapsing.
And
So,
oh
oh
god,
God,
a
around
mess.
this time years ago, she died. That's crazy. And I think it was 2 days before my birthday she died.
Yeah, for you, I can actually get some little purple
That's
flowers
just
and do
an
little purple
I don't
ones.
know how a tangle web we weave, and it's just like all full of circles.
Yeah.
That's just
Yep.
uh, excuse me, guys. It was just something.
Yes.
That's crazy.
They're like kind of
Then
snuggled up
Hasim
and
did had his wrestling debut this past
yeah, they're
Friday on
supposed to be wrapped up in
SmackDown.
a blanket, but the mold really
Went against
doesn't
Kit
look like it,
Wilson.
but they're just little babies.
Of course we know, he is good in the ring, and the gimmick is very
Yes.
workable, and AEW, at one
That's
point,
why a lot of them,
did
if you ever
what
look,
they
they're
did, but
marbled.
they didn't do it enough.
Because it's easy
So
to then pour it in. Otherwise,
WWE,
it takes
using his
such a
gimmick
long
more,
time to
and
do it.
it's over by
And
everybody,
yeah,
especially like
it's
people that
if I
didn't
hadn't
know
liked the
about him
powders, I
when
could
he
have
was in
painted
Ring
in
of
the white
Honor
the
and on
powders and do it
AEW.
that way.
So
But even then,
I'm
it
glad to see his
takes a
success at
lot of work
Denhausen,
to
and I'm
do.
eventually
And
will get
if you
his
make a
shirt,
mistake, micro is so
but
hard to
probably be
wash
something
off.
like around my birthday. I probably will like buy a WWE T-shirt. So it's been a while since I brought one because I got one too many that can still fit.
Well, what it
But
is
yeah,
you actually that is you
so
can't
there's a
actually
few shirts
buy
that is
colored
on my
resin.
list that I want to buy.
You buy
Like I
the
said,
stuff the
Denhausen
colors
is
it
one of
yourself.
them.
So when you see it do solid like that, it's because you
And
can
I think
actually add
Obafemi was
acrylic
another,
paint
and
to like
there
the
was a
little
few
paint
more
that you
too
buy
that I
for
wanted to
kids.
get like shirt wise. So hopefully,
Now they're yeah. Now what
they
you
need to figure out
can
what they're gonna
get
do with Britt
is you
Baker.
can
So this is just
buy
ridiculous.
clear resin
Not
dye,
using her, and she's still
and it's
like in
basically
contract. It's
ink.
just really stupid. That's just me.
And then you can get the colors.
Um.
Like you can get. I mean, the colors. There's such an array of them. They're so beautiful.
Okay,
And
Road
then you
Dogg
would
says he
have like
fought to
clear
get Kit
pink,
Wilson on
clear
TV,
blue,
and look at the results. It's very working.
whatever color it
Like
is.
somebody did say, maybe Road Dogg wasn't partly to blame, some of the failures of SmackDown,
Yeah,
but he is to a certain extent.
yeah.
But I do agree it was not all on him because at the time,
Oh
Vince
yeah.
McMahon, where he was like head and creative, made the final
Yeah.
decisions on stupid
The
stuff,
angel
and
wings are the ones that are going to be
with Triple
definitely
H,
used for
he
the
does
wave
got
of
to
light,
say
and they
so,
will
final
always keep
decisions, but
them
then
going
again, you
like
got
that.
TKO was like,
Um,
let's go this way. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
yeah.
sorry, it's like Triple H may have like a greatest of great ideas, but it gets approved. But then again, you got the TKO like, oh no, we're not gonna go this way. You're gonna go this way. So it's like Vince McMahon all over again. So it just really kind of
Oh.
stupid. But
Oh, well, I'll light a candle for her tonight.
enough about wrestling and all that stuff. So probably really ain't much to talk about. So after what I just talk
No, that's
about,
because
so
of the date.
the
I will
only
light
thing
a
I can
candle
talk
for
about
her
before we move
later.
on to like Bogoljub Markivoc, that
Mm-hmm.
the ending of Raw, I see what they trying to do. Like I understand it,
Okay.
but at the same time, the ending was horrible.
No.
And I know George was saying to me yesterday, and I seen like some people's ratings on the whole show, the go home show before WrestleMania, and you only had like 4 matches, and it's like 2.5 hours. You had too much on the talking segments, which you did, which don't make any
Yeah.
sense, and it's like they gotta do better. They really gotta do better. Like I said, WWE has flaws, TNA has flaws. Although the AEW hardcore fans don't believe it, but AEW has flaws too.
I
So,
think, in my opinion, I
and like I
think it's
said,
all of
I
it.
do kind of explain like what their flaws were on the
Because with
earlier
AJ, he
video, but
stayed the same as where
yeah.
he was until the meds kicked in and then he
Uh,
started,
um,
you could
yeah,
start to
and
see
the
a
funny thing
change.
is,
Um,
WWE did
but
announce
if
during
he
Raw
has,
they have a
spent a weekend with
WWE
him,
Club, an insider memberships
um,
program, and I
basically
did,
told by his job, you're not coming
reply
back
to
on
them
Monday.
and see what's
Um,
the perks. So it's gonna be
being
exclusive access
confronted about,
rewards. Also,
the money situation where he
early
paid his parents and then
early
that money
times you can get on
basically
ticket
is like,
sales. You
never
can
mind.
like get the information early, and you can buy them early too. Kind of like what they do with pre-sale, but yeah.
Good.
So interesting. So if we get more details on it, matter of fact, they probably will have it on here. So because like they did explain it about it on that little commercial that they did.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't think
Right.
anybody was thinking it was going to be a WWE themed nightclub, which they should have brought, like they have with WWF New York. They should have did something like that, as well. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I think it would have been, a good thing. But it's designed to bring fans closer to WWE than ever before through exclusive access, rewards, and experience. Oh yeah, some of us will get close, all right. We will want to tell, TKO off. Um, and I explained it. I think it was like a few videos ago that they invited me to join the fan council of WWE. Why I mentioned that I do, journalism because that's what it is when it comes,
Right.
talk about wrestling and stuff, and like all these, websites and stuff do too. Once I said I was a journalist, they denied me after that. So you know what? It's fine. You know what? Whatever. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
Because
Because
to
at
me,
one
there's the
point my
unspoken,
wife
don't
was
worry
with the
about it right
fan
now.
council. She still is because I don't think they like rebooted it or anything like that. They just haven't sent her like questions because the questions that they were sending, I was actually answering them, in my opinion. So,
Mm-hmm.
and probably why I answered they probably didn't like. So that's probably why they didn't send her more fan council questions. So it will be so the details will be available in the upcoming weeks. So that's fine. Even if they do it like after WrestleMania, that'd be something too. So
Right.
the wait list has already been set up for those who wish to join the program, which I did sign up. So right now it's just a wait and see what like information and stuff that we're gonna have. Um, and plus also WWE is and TKO is planning on lowering ticket prices all summer long because the wrestlers have been saying it. Fans been saying it for like months, but seems like TKO and WWE didn't want to
Yeah.
hear it. But I think finally when they got some of the wrestlers actually saying something, or it could be on the creators' behalf that probably would want the like same thing, and they say they miss families. Watching the shows. You got like adults that or like people that
Exactly.
can't afford because it's mainly it was for the rich, especially the cost of their ringside seats and stuff like that. like I said, like
A lot of
I
time
didn't give a
with
damn about getting like
medication like
ringside
that,
seats anymore for
they
like the
will let
past
him take it. They'll just ask him to
10,
change the time that he
10
takes it.
years. I didn't care because I've been there, done that, and like I
Yeah,
said, it's good in the exciting and all, but not like like
right.
too exciting. So personally, if I was ringside seats for house shows, I would prefer that than anything because with the wrestlers and
Right.
WWE when it comes to house shows, they get close and personal and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyways, enough about that, and let's go to Bogoljub Markivoc.
Mhm.
So the game they played for us it was yesterday, and for them it's almost 2 days ago. Um, they did lose 89-85.
Yep.
Um, Markovic did have 16 points, 3 assists, and 14 rebounds. So another double double for him, which is good. Like I said, you've seen him improving like more and more every day. Like I said, the 6'11" guy, 20 years old, will be 21 in July. It's probably around the time hopefully they'll invite him back to the summer league and go from there. And actually, if he wows them, I believe they will sign him this off season. I think they should, because I know there's going to be some players that they probably going to be thinking about. Which players should we get rid of? Um, like I got an idea. Maybe you can get
Mhm.
rid of let's just say let's just say the hell with it and just get rid of Andre Jackson Jr. Sorry about that, guys. That's watching through TikTok, but I have to charge this phone right here and go from there. But anyways, I don't
Yep.
know, but it seems like we did see some sparks of see some highlights of how Bogo Jub Markovic
Exactly.
can do. And, we saw a little bit of piece. It's kind of same thing like you saw with Giannis when he got drafted and they just decided because in that time the Bucks didn't have a G League team for other players to fall back on. So they just took him on and like just have him play on the bench and see how he was and you saw highlights of a great player that he can be. Same thing we said with Markovic. Same thing we saw in the summer league last year. How good of a player he can be. So they decided what send him back overseas and we'll see how he does in this coming year's summer league, which will be in July. So I
And I
can't wait
would
for
say,
that.
just purely maybe
And
for
we'll talk more
a
about that
therapist
too.
side
But I thought that
view
would
of
be
it,
great, to see
you
him.
do present very clear characteristics of what was
Okay,
formerly
so
known as
more of
Asperger's,
that.
where it
Comments a
comes
month
off that you're
ago.
cold and aloof, and it's
So
not. It's a case
they
of
were
you're
saying
blocking
that
and
Bozo
processing.
Joe Marquez next season, like, because they were saying like he's a year away to let's see, he's a year
Yeah.
away from being a year away as a prospect. I think it's very unlikely he ever. I doubt that. I think, like I said, give him a run. It's like, what more can you lose? Like, you're already not in the playoffs, and might as well just give it a whirl and like try something new and go forward. And y'all see, they probably ain't talk about him
Well,
much on media. Not think me and I don't think anybody else is like covering Bojo Markovic. I don't think anybody covered him as much as I do. Because like I said, I saw potential in the summer league, and it seems like everybody just died off and just like whatever, and was focused on this season. But I always kept tabs on him. But like the past few months, I started keeping more tabs on him and let
yeah.
y'all know like what's going on with him and the games he's playing, how he's doing, in the ABA, and like I said, his numbers didn't look impressive scoring wise. No, no, no. I think he did more in scoring. But like 3-pointer wise, like it wasn't impressive as it was last year. But then again, he didn't play that many games. I think this is like his 16th or 17th game this season he played. So I don't know if they just at times rest their players or what the case may be. I don't know. Oh, they got him marked as
Yeah.
as a center. So they really didn't give his weight. So I don't know if he like gained weight or anything like that. But I guess we can check on his Wikipedia see if they update it. So oh yeah, because he was into like the 100s. So 6'11", 210. So they finally got him saying he's finally like 6'11" after they give him like 6'9", 6'10", and
What his body is doing though
like I
is
said,
he's mistaking
he grew
the
over like
crash
he
for the
grew
medication.
overwards. So that's just me.
And his crash isn't the same as your crash, which wouldn't be the same as my crash, which isn't the same as anybody else's crash.
Of course, they explained he was a 47 overall pick by the Bucks. The Bucks only pick
Yeah,
last
your
year.
body's rest.
Um, and of course, they ended up getting Mark Sears after he was undrafted. Which okay, maybe a little bit of the problems they have with the point guard position could be
No.
solved. Like I said, they did play him at one point at some games, but then again they decided to just drop him down and just give him a G League contract, which I don't get, and I probably never will.
Okay.
But whatever. Um, okay, so they're talking about yeah, they really didn't update much on him, but they just updated his height and weight and what's going
Okay.
on like with him on this point. But yeah, they really didn't like update him. So here's the thing, like if they do keep Giannis whatever,
Right.
and let's just say they get rid of Miles Turner just to get rid of him, and they decide to do Bogoljub or Markovic, have him as the starting center. Why not? Although you may get a little bit bully in the paint at some
Right.
point, but then again, you can have him over the summer. Work out with him and help him get to where he needs to be. And like I said, he'll show some flashes like Giannis have. And although he's gonna be 21, and around that time they kind of know where they're going with their self, and go from there. So that's just me. But I don't know. Y'all probably will. Y'all may think about the same
Especially
thing
as he's
too.
having
But
surgery.
like I
If he
said,
wasn't having surgery, I would have
I'm
said
hoping that
3.
he does.
But he's having surgery, so
Does get
definitely
Bucks
6
sign him a
weeks.
contract and go from there. Even if
Yeah.
it's a two-way contract, do that because you still got that space for a
Right.
two-way contract available. And I didn't know this, but most of majority of the Bucks players have player options, except for Andre Jackson Jr. He has a team option. So prior decisions will probably
You
won't be
know.
made until probably like sometime in June, because I know sometime around June some players will have the option. They have to make a decision maker that they're going to have to be accept their player option or they don't. So
Yeah.
Kevin Porter Jr. is one of the players that I think he should accept his player option, because he had like a decent season, but it wasn't like enough games that he played to be like, oh yeah, he has best season ever. You know what I mean? He didn't get to that point,
Mhm.
but he did lead the Bucks in assists and steals. So that's a good thing. Hopefully although they say he has a $5 million player option, either he accepts or maybe the Bucks decide work things out, give him a little bit more, maybe pull him like around like the $7 million range,
Yeah.
because Bucks do have some money to play with, and some of y'all don't even realize that they never passed the first apron or the second apron, so they still have money to play with. And I know most of us forgot about the first and second apron. Then you know because some people they have cap space left. So the Bucks does, so they can do what they want to do, wherever the case may
Right.
be. But anyways, like I said, this is gonna be an interesting off season for the Bucks, and you already know they kind of started it with like departing
Right.
ways with Doc Rivers, but they thinking they may keep him like in the front office or something like that. And I don't know how some of y'all will feel about that, but I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay with him being like, in the front office, and I think that's like a good job for him. Some people think it, he may just take, time off, but maybe probably his coaching thing is done with.
Yeah, you'll find
But yeah,
you need
like he
to
was a
adjust things
consultant for the Bucks
accordingly.
before,
And you may
he
find that flight
moved
off
to the
may
head
not
coach
flight off will
position.
stay,
So being a
but
consultant or
he'll
something
be
like that,
then
while
be
you're
in
getting
a
paid,
mental
your final
place
year of your
where
contract,
he
which is
can
10
handle
million,
it,
why not do that?
process it.
And I know the head coaching searches going on, with either Taylor Jenkins, that was a former coach of the Memphis Grizzlies. I think we was coaching them at one point. I think they did end up making it to the Did he made it to? No, no, no. He made it to the semifinals with them, but I think
Right.
the last time they made it with the Western Conference Finals was when they had Paul Gasol, no, not Paul, but Marc Gasol in the lineup, and I think they did make.
Yep.
I think with his tenure, I think they did make it at one point, but they ended up losing. Could have been against Golden State. I'm not sure, but I think they did make it at one point, but it just didn't work.
Hmm.
So then again, like I said, you got Darvin Ham that could take the lead as head coach,
What
and
it
maybe
is
bring
he may be
somebody in
thinking
as
that his
assistant coach. Not
thoughts are
you know what I mean?
scrambled and muddled. No, they're sorting
Like see what's
themselves
going on.
out.
So I guess that's a little bit it from the Bucks
Yeah.
news, and we're gonna just end it from there. And what we're gonna do is some Milwaukee Development news. So I know we're
Yeah, and
way
this is
behind
actually
on
how your
that
brain
one.
should be working.
So hold on. No, I recently just joined back the membership, so I know there's new designs for the courthouse. Okay, so I didn't. So I'm
Hmm.
back down for like the past couple of weeks, and there was. What a way to land your feet, Ivy. You okay? Yeah, I think she was too much on the pillow and started leaning forward and landed on her feet. So like a
Yeah.
cat. Okay, so so yeah, I gotta go way back to what I was looking at. I know it had been somewhere in like late March. I gotta look for.
It's not going to be a bad thing.
Let's see. Uh, no. Okay, so think I'm kind of close, but
5, I
oh
believe.
yeah, I don't
Might
know.
have been
I know that's
6.
one thing to talk about. The convention headquarters hotel. So that's something we're gonna get onto. But I think they was explaining it more about it. So that's why I'm kind of like going back on this. So if you want to
Yeah.
know like things was going on in Milwaukee, go to
Yeah, absolutely.
urbanmilwaukee.com. Right now they got a special $4.14. You can
All
get to
right, sounds
join them,
good.
and it'll be like four
All
dollars and
right, bye.
fourteen cents for the whole year. So yeah, join that while you got the chance, and that's good benefit for 414 day. Um, let's see. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Okay. See. Nope. 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 Object. Despite objection, Milwaukee approves laser scanner requirement. Oh, for the for people. Yeah. Break the law and stuff like that. That's okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Probably a thing. Going a little bit too far. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I think it was something that I think the last time I stopped on was talking about, they were gonna start with the hotel on Brady Street, and I think they might start, groundbreaking opening this year, I believe. And I know the other one we're gonna talk about, is with the that's that's in their district with with the apartments and recreational things for MATC, the practice for like their basketball teams and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about that as well. So I just want to seem like I didn't get too far and okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. I didn't know about this. The Bucks fare evasion declining. So that means probably more people is paying on the bus. But from being on the bus, last week and stuff like that, I don't see that because they still letting people on there for free. So I don't know where they get their numbers from and stuff like that, but I call it BS. That's what I would call them. Um, let's see. Okay, I think yeah, I'm at that. Yeah, I think I was at this point right here about yeah. So everybody knows them know about the Domes project that it's going to have a groundbreaking next year. So and they say it's going to take like I think like 2 years for like to get that done. So probably sometime everything they fix up with the domes and adding that other extra space that they're gonna add like the gift shop or something like that. I guess all that probably will be done by 2029. That's good. And plus, the domes, it's cheap to get into. So if you have a chance to see the Mitchell Park domes, go see it. It's wonderful and interesting. I know we saw it like this past September, right? The last time we was at the
No,
domes.
we were there November of last year.
Oh, it was November last
No,
year.
sorry, February last year.
February last year. Okay. So I don't know why I thought it was later, but then oh yeah, because it wasn't that bad out in February
It was
last year,
beautiful.
right? So it kind of play in our favor. So y'all get an opportunity, please go see the Mitchell Park Domes.
And they have seasonal things going on. Like when we went, they had the trains, the model
Yeah,
trains, and they do that round about the same time of year. Then they do things like Spring in Bloom and the summer things, and they also do nighttime ones where it's all lit up with lights and stuff, which I want to go to so badly, and I keep forgetting when it is. But they have all these amazing dates that you can go to and stuff there, so check it out.
yeah, exactly. Um, so I think we was there at this one point. Cause it's like people like really pushing for that they should make this this convention hotel and the thing they pushing it on is like putting it, oh wait a minute, they had okay, so yeah, they was thinking of putting it, next to where the Miller High Life Theater is at right now and across, from the convention itself. Um, there's a lot of ideas, they come up with, with the expansion of the of the convention center, which is the Brer Center. So yeah, they doing that. Like I said, the old like what's it like the it's like the city office building that they have like across the street from there. They was thinking of doing something with that because they was going to try to move locations, but apparently, money, money talks. So they don't have the money yet to try to do all that. Which kind of sucks. But what more can you do? So it's just mainly like people just like don't like the idea, the have the Miller Highlight Theater be tear down and put the convention center, well, convention hotel there. Um, they did like a lot of research of it, and they're thinking that it will work and it will bring like more people, and plus and I think it would be the second biggest hotel in the city next to the no, I think the Hilton. Sorry, I think the Hilton downgraded because they was mixing some like convention spots in the area and things like that. So if that's the case, I think like they will be the biggest. And plus, they still got a space left. Although the hotel they're making by that Landmark Credit Union Live venue, they can make a hotel right there or make like a bigger one there because they still got that space left that they can do something like that. But we'll see. I'm just sorry, just reading a little bit on it. According to Andrew Fleck, Marcus Hotel Chief Commercial Officer, assembly in the study that the city will capture the 73,816 hotel room nights if reportedly loses annually due to insignificant hotel supplies that will only fit 31% of a large conventional hotel, leaving the market worse than it was before. So, a lot of people complain and stuff. Okay, so let's see. Of course, like the renovation they doing with the Hilton Milwaukee. Of course, the city largest hotel at one point now only having 554 rooms and will have let's see. Okay, and to spin off the hotel's 175 room additional as a limited service hotel, the Mark. Um, whatever they're talking about. Yeah, so yeah. In addition to Hilton, Marcus owns and operates Pfister Hotel, St. Kate's Starts Hotel, Jackson Street Holdings, which owns the Western Milwaukee, that's like nearby Summerfest grounds, the Milwaukee Marriott downtown one, just crazy, and Springfield Hill Suites. Is that even in downtown? So I think it's like in the Milwaukee area. That's just me. So of course there's more stories about it. So yeah, y'all kind of get the point why I'm saying that it needs to be done. It needs to be done. Like they ain't gonna miss any like theater places. They still got a lot of stuff over here. They got the Riverside Theater. They also have the Paths Theater. What else? Oh sorry, the Vibranium, which is a new one, but it's like a close one. And of course, they got the Landmark Credit Union live venue there too. So I'm sorry to say, but they're good on like venues like that. They just need, if they just get rid of that one, the Highlight Theater is not going to be like the be all or end all. Because at one point they was thinking about getting rid of the UWM Panther Arena and the Miller Life Miller High Life Theater. So if I would say they want to keep one, I would say the UWM Panther Arena they should keep and just tear down the Milwaukee Miller Life Highlight Theater. Yeah, I did, graduated in that building and stuff like that. We understand that some people did, but at some point, you got to keep it as a memory. Like, there's things that cannot last forever. which kind of sucks. And but at the same time, you got to move on with the times as well, which I think some of these people that's from here just don't see that. And it's kind of like the same thing. It's like you questioning some people's, thinking process more because they really just got to think about the future of the city. Yeah, we're a small market city, but we're not getting, like a good treatment. Like, two conventions that were supposed to be here this year, both of them got canceled. So yeah, like the conventions we have right now is like the Milwaukee Horror Con and Anime Milwaukee. We still don't know what's going on with the 414 Anime. They had to cancel last year because the flood we had here kind of derailed plans. Um, so it's really just like insane that that some people, I understand keeping old tradition, but some traditions gotta change. So I don't get why some people's motive or anything like that just like keep you know some things that that we can't take part of. Uh, let's see. Uh, City subsidies proposed for two affordable housing developments. Oh, okay, that's around 27th Street. Is it? Yeah, it's around 27th Street. So that building, been abandoned for like years, and maybe, if they actually would go through it, maybe it'll be help some wonders for like housing, because they're trying to have more stuff open like housing wise, and it's good, but at the same time, they try to make it seem like it's affordable housing, which truth of the matter is not. It may be affordable for people that have like decent credit and a decent pay, not like poor people that really needs it. It's just like, yeah, y'all, I think y'all priorities when it comes to affordable housing just went right out the window. No, I was all for it at first. Then you hear about the news and you hear about it more and more. It's like, and plus, experience it myself. Yeah, it's not what it's supposed to be cracked out to be. It's really ain't. This really isn't. Like, seriously. Like this one, Urban Reads using game theory to solve the housing shortage. There's just some things like you really gotta like relook on what you're trying to do and make it affordable for people. Like we got a lot of problems with the poor people that's living out in the streets, and trying to do something for that. But they don't have that many shelters left for like people just to them actually doing something about it, because it ain't that many, and it's like I wouldn't say that they fully like running out of time on it, but it's like something they should have solved a long time ago. It just sucks. Oh, they selling the Medical Xander's building. I know I went past that, but I was just making sure that Okay. Bray Street Cafe Sweet Joy is closing. Not something that we want to talk about. We want to talk about more about developments than closing. So, Chanampada launches its second brick and mortar ahead of National Avenue rebuild. So, okay, so they opened the restaurant in that looks like around 35th and National. So, parking place closed, new business is planned. So, oh yeah, the Asian Fusion restaurant set to replace the former banquet hall, bar and restaurant. So that could be interesting, especially people that wanted had like weddings or after weddings or parties and stuff like that. So maybe even wrestling. Um, let's see. I'm trying to look at the important things to talk about. So, okay, new ownership of store on Silver Spring neighborhood was a former Century. So, yeah, like the north side is like they really are losing it on when it comes to stores. No, we had Kohl's at one point. Kohl's is no more. We also, had some WalMarts around and Pick and Save. So some of the Pick and Saves is actually going, and yeah, some of the Century stores. I wouldn't say they're completely going, but it's not many left. Eastside Restaurant adding brunch. That's like on Oakland and close to Locust Street. So yeah, that's crazy. Okay, they organized a union for the people that was workers at the downtown music venue, which they should. Especially, they trying to make people, overwork them and, not getting paid time and a half, and we're still stuck on 7.25 an hour for minimum wage, which is horrible. Like last time I remember, it was like $7 an hour, but now it's 7.25. They raised the extra quarter some period when I wasn't working. Woo! BS. Um, let's see. Nope. Let's see. Oh yeah, the coffee place, had a accident. This was like a few weeks ago. But also at the same time, it doesn't open that much. It's like it closed like early afternoons and stuff like that. So I hope they rebuild. Maybe they finally have some more hours for that place. You know what I mean? Uh, is that what I'm looking for? Let's see. Local influencers talk about Milwaukee's food scene. So there's still places I still need to try out. Lunch service returns to downtown restaurant. Oh yeah, I remember that restaurant. Like me and a friend had went to that restaurant at one point. Because it was like an easy bus ride, to the Bucks game to that restaurant. So although the friend of mine did drive, but he didn't want to pay for like parking at the time, which it still is kind of a crazy high price. But at the time, it was still a crazy high price. But it could have been affordable if it was those prices now. It could have been affordable now than back then. You know what I mean? Um, 794 teardown advocates to host a walk-in tour. So, showing how downtown portion of the freeway could become housing, parks, and more. I guess we can look into this because they're still talking about they want to tear it down to make more stuff like around it. Which don't blame them. But at the time I was against it, but just from time to time it's like it's at the point is if it happens it happens. If it don't it don't. Like I don't care. So maybe it'll help for like more creations of buildings other stuff like happened over the years, why not? Oh, okay, so yeah, this was a couple of weeks ago. They did it. So a 30-minute walk. That would have been exciting. Um, so it costs about, let's see, based on the analyst of an urban planner affiliated with the group, Rethink 794 believes the boulevard replacement could create space for 3,000 new housing units, parks, and about 1.1 billion in new development, which is good. But like, it's about mainly like what we need, not about making money. Because you're gonna make your money eventually, but you got to put something there that people will be very, very interested in. So, let's see. Okay, they will decide the option on it later this year. Um, like if they do decide, they want to do it this year, tear it down. So they say it will be completed by 2030, with construction timing subject to funding availability. So Okay, 4 years, and like crazy enough, we got a lot of things to talk about, especially like building things around, like more hotels. Especially, we do need more hotels and things like that. Hey, hopefully, we get to that point that some of these things, get worked out. Wannabe Cafe set to reopening date, April 22nd. Okay, let's see. New investment group hopes to reopen their downtown bar. Let me see what. I'm just gonna look at what one they talk about. Steve Nomad. Oh, okay. So, 7050 North Jefferson. So, don't be around there that much. And I didn't know that it, like closed, but okay. So they hoping they'll get it open by June 11th of this year. Okay. Cause yeah, it's like one of those places that they showed like international games and stuff like that, and all that stuff. We kind of got that like on Kinnickinnick Avenue in Lincoln, like a bar that does that too. So it's good, you see like more of them out there. It's always good news. Um, okay, so let's see. Nope, 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 nope.
London tornado watch till 10 p.m.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna go take that little kitchen upstairs.
Okay. Let me move a bit, cause I know she gonna need some room. Y'all probably just all live over her butt. Okay. Don't worry, guys. As soon as we're done, you're going to get to go out.
Don't you bark at me.
60 traffic safety projects in 2026. Of course, whatever with that, but I know there's one part even more to talk about that. Oh yeah, we talked about that already. I swore I saw they temporarily will close that one. So okay, so maybe there's something they need to do in that they need close it for now. And like I said, some of this stuff was last week, but where,
Ivy, come on.
where is that one? I was
Come on, girlie.
no new.
Both of you go.
Yeah, we know we talked about that, but oh God, I swear it was more information. Oh yeah, so Aldini Canola Mexican is new and different. So this used to be like a burger joint that's nearby the Bobblehead Museum, which is a great to go to. So I'm thinking sometime, either next week or the following week, I'm gonna go back to that. Probably do it, like a monthly birthday tradition, like I did last year, because I thought the Bobblehead Museum was awesome, and we'll go there again. And hey, it's cheap to go to. So while y'all on there planning and thinking, there's nothing to do, check that out. You know what I mean? Uh, Milwaukee redesigned the city's only riverfront boat launch. Okay, let's see. Okay, I am going to look at this new designs to the new courthouse. So, where is it going to be, or are they just going to keep it at the same place but just redesign it? Oh, they're going to demolish the safety building that's like across from it. Okay, so let's see. They want to replace it with a 9-story building by 2032. It's a new project under the 2020 in 2023 under. Oh, okay. By the county executive. Okay. They will requiredly, relocate the operations of the criminal courtrooms and offices. Okay. In the sheriff's office. I guess I can understand why, because the courthouse still got that, that 90s vibe. That's, that look like it's still there. And I guess, you want to update it and stuff like that. That's fine. Um, but I don't think they need that much of an update. Maybe the inside of it, because it won't look like all like 90-ish looks. Because that's what it is to me. It's like, it looks like, you're in the 90s when you go into, the courthouse and stuff like that. And plus, the safety building, like I said, is all to me, in my opinion, is like a 90s style. So, some of the pictures they show on it, look decent. You know what? Why not? Go for it. Um, I have no complaints. Hey, where is it? 10th, 11. They say it was the 12th. Nope, 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 nope. No. Okay, yeah. This sucks. Because I had it at one point, and you know what? Okay, so I know we kind of been on this like a little bit too much, and was it like over? Okay, some parts has been like over 2 hours, and the rest of it, yeah, it's been over 2 hours since we've been on. So I apologize, guys, for being so you know slow on this, but if I want to like pack all of it, on here, today is the best time to do it. The old George Webb's that was had the George Webb on close to Oakland and Locust, that used to be George Webb, is now going to be a Wingstop, and they're going to open this month. And kind of the same thing with the GameStop, which was on South 27th Street. If y'all familiar, that's very close to the Walmart, the first Walmart on 27th Street, I should say. They it just recently they just opened a Wingstop over there, so it's nearby my job where I work at now, and hey, good wings, good wings. So probably some where I'm probably going to stop, sometime this summer, just to like, if I want like a chicken or something like that, instead of having the original old subs, just all just be perfect like that. So here we go. Okay, this was what I was talking about. I was looking at the wrong date. So there's going to be one more thing to talk about before we move on. Let's the proposal to build the large convention center hotel in downtown. Oh, thank you. Is the coming of sharper focus for our soul or the financial challenge? Of course there is. There's still things up here we have financial challenge with that ain't even created yet. So yeah. Anyways, don't mind me. I'm just reading a little bit, and I'm going to use the 7-Up to pour in this.
Well, that mist in there, so you don't get any out.
Yeah. Just hopefully the dogs don't get to it. You know what I mean?
The only tend if it's chocolate. Anything else, they.
Oh God.
You cleaning the floor up.
I didn't think it was going to overflow. I'm sorry, Daisy. Well, y'all saw that on camera. So, yeah, go ahead. I know you licking it. Ouch. Hurt myself. But let's see. Anyway, so two industry consultants told the Wisconsin Center District Board Committee. Okay, this was last week Wednesday. that the 650-room hotel connected to the Bear Center could cost 325 million to 455 million, with construction costs now ranging up to roughly 500,000 to 700,000 per room. Yikes. Um, like I said, it's just some people, they had all these ideas and stuff like that. Won't they try to invest in it themselves? That's just my thing. I think the Pelicans may to find a new coach. So I know we don't talk about the Pelicans, but it just came up on my feed. So we wait and see. So about to say, you got like a lot of rich people that live here in the city. Ask them to donate to the at least invest in it. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but I know that's the tactic. The rich stay richer and poor stay poorer. But you care about this city so much. Invest in it. You got some athletes that investing in certain things like in the city in the state, but you don't hear enough about all these rich owners and all that stuff. Well, I guess the Deer District is a different example, and of course the fires are foreign, but still invest more in the like community. Like there's things they could have got done so fast. With the hop, all of them could invest in like having it come from the stop point to the fires reform. A lot of things that could be done, but just the people that got higher pockets should like invest in it. Just kind of stupid, but if I had their money, well, believe me, I will invest it back into the city and go from there. And also invest in businesses because y'all know you're gonna want to like still make money and stuff like that. But it'd just be good to have people, especially people that's like musicians and stuff like that, get back to the communities that they were from. But and you don't even see most of them give back, like Oprah. So yeah, I'm gonna throw her name into the mug, but had to. Um, some of y'all probably just watching the pre-recorded episode. Just reading, the what they're talking about, and let's see. And of course, you got people that saying, don't tear down the Middle Highlight Theater. Which, like I said, they got more of those like type of venues around. Just people just don't think. I don't know. We had like more venues around for something like that than anything else in the states. I don't know, but it just seems like it. Okay, so we want to hear from them, which led to assurance of the bonds or Braid Center on the WCD capability. I have a deep suspicion that they will opine that we will have a capability sometime around 2029 and 2030, which happen when all the leases expires on the other facilities. Um, WCD is funded by a mix of hotel room taxes, rental car tax, a food beverage sales tax, and income from events and added facilities.
Excuse me.
Which it's it's fine and all, but we actually just want to see it, go to where it's supposed to go to. Because where places in cities and stuff, they say, okay, we're gonna put this, do this, and what we got to raise taxes for this and this and this, and where's the ending results? Sometimes you just don't see it. Let's see, the project remains at a exploratory phase. The committee is expected to hold one more meeting. Oh, okay. They're holding a meeting this Thursday before making a recommendation on the full Wisconsin Center District Board, which they will meet again next month. So if it's approved, the timeline will be long. Consultants say it could take 4 to 5 years to plan. the finance and construction of the hotel. I think they probably just mean like including all that. Because if y'all can see here, they already got the design already planned. So only thing they probably would need now, get the approvals and stuff like that, then set up a construction date and build on that. From what it seems like, it shouldn't take that long as much as it was with the expansion of the convention center, which was like 4 years, I believe it took. I think they started like in 2019, then got done 2 years ago. So I understand maybe this hotel convention, especially the big 650 room that they wanted to do, it's going to cost a lot. But like I said, at the end, getting conventions and all this other stuff going on would be worth it. But then again, greedy people, I mean, it's just sad. There's one more thing I'm going to talk about with the Milwaukee Development part before we move on. Um, where is it? It was about they started the groundbreaking this past Thursday for the building, like I said, for like apartment buildings, where they're gonna put the MATC facility for athletes to practice in and all that good stuff. That's funny because that was at one point that Marquette was gonna do something like that, make like a athletic building. Well, they kind of did, but it didn't go to as far as they wanted it to. So it ended up being something different. So yeah, like I said, this past Thursday, yeah, they did the groundbreaking of it. Already saw like a track when I was at the game Friday. I did see like a tractor out there already. Start digging some of the parts. So that's one of the things they gotta do first. So yeah, 117 million development will bring 269 units of workforce housing in the athletic facility for students for MACC to Priscilla Brown by West McKinley Avenue, West Juneau, North R. Martin Luther King Street, and Del R. Phillips Avenue. Of course, it did got approved last year, so I guess they was just waiting for the groundbreaking, and they did say it is going to take like 2 years to get it done, which fair enough. So sometime in 2028 they'll be done with it. So yeah, a nearly 2 year build. So maybe like maybe 18 to 22 months. So that's a little bit better than what they was making it sound like when they was talking about it on the news. The Bucks in early 2023 said the site will become a workforce housing, but is later referred to as a Class A complex. In 2025, it was again described as a market rate housing. Um, yeah, you all know about the market rate housing, like what it's going to be, what's around the other not hotels but apartments and stuff that's work around the area, and they probably will put that. Just like I said, rent is expected to average just over 1,000 per month. Well, that include utilities. That would be something. The below market rates are okay. So, Wisconsin Housing and Economic Development Authority low income housing tax credit program. Like I said, they need to do better with affordable housing, if that's the case. Because it's not for poor people. So, yeah. Let's see. Four-house financing service firm joined the project last fall, financing for Fieldhouse Flats, including a 6.77 million property tax rebate from the city, 48.4 million mortgage from Frederick Mac, 41.6 million in property tax credits, and 5.3 million in developer equity, and 10 million in deferred developer fee. Oh yeah, okay, so that's what it's called, like the Fieldhouse Flats. Okay, so 27,000 square foot. For the non-resident portion, the complex will include a 13,000 square feet of commercial space. So people want to have like offices and stuff in there. There you go. So the 27,000 square feet will be the 11th training facility and basketball field house, and 278 stall parking garage. This is cool. So MATC has committed to a 10-year, 15.5 million lease for the facility. It will loan Jefferson Company 3.5 million for tenant improvements. Okay. So of course they did the design already. Which okay. So I'll show it in the bottom in a minute. So it is there. So Fieldhouse Flats is being built on the land that the Milwaukee Bus organization was given as part of Pfizer Farm Development, which they bought that land for $1. I got you $1.
What's it we're going to see? They Will Kill You, right?
Yeah.
Why has it got about 20 different show times?
The Resistance Center is where is gonna be.
The Renaissance.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, they've got like 20 different show times.
I saw two.
No. They're showing it started at 11 o'clock this morning.
Oh my God.
Today they were showing it from, hold on, let me find it.
Okay, I'm gonna get upset if that's the case.
It says 6:20, 8:55, 9:20, 10 p.m., 9:45, and then they're not showing the earlier times. That's okay. We're going to the 6:45 one, right?
I think it's 6:45 or 6:55.
Yeah.
Is one of the two.
It'll be 6:55 by the time it actually starts. So.
Yeah.
So we leave in here at about 6:15.
Mhm.
Okay, so we can get snacky snacks.
Yes.
And see if they've got any fancy popcorn buckets there.
They probably do.
Because I want the Devil Loves Prada ones.
I thought they probably ain't gonna release it until
Probably
the
not.
day the movie gonna be released.
Probably not, but I still want it.
Let's see.
Excuse me.
The Fieldhouse Flash Route. Okay, so wait a minute. Visible the site in the upcoming days with construction estimated to be completed. Oh, okay. Kind of same thing, between like 18 to 22 months. It will come in phases with the Fieldhouse plan debut in time for the fall 2027 semester, followed by the first 60 apartment units soon after, which probably be like late fall, early winter or something like that, 2027. So seven stories with a rooftop deck, a community room facing the Deer District Plaza, and Pfizer Farm to the south. The athletic facility will be located, of course, to the north of it, with 18,000 square foot plaza plan for northeast corner, which like little space for people to hang out and stuff like that. So they was talking about that already, like last year. I just can't wait to do my Pfizer Farm review in July. I know last year I did it in August because a lot of things was going on, but I'm gonna try to find time in July to do it. Let's see. The the complex will fill a 2.9 acre block between the Olaf Hotel and the Trade Hotel, which both of them hotels are very expensive. Um, yeah, so of course, probably see like the photos of the groundbreaking, and plus how it looks. So, like I said, coming in the fall of 2027. Which is fine. So for those who are watching it pre-recorded, I'm not going to show you all the photos or what it's supposed to look and what's around it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's crazy. It's gonna fill out that whole block. But then again, that's a good thing as well. 10 instance Gerald, which is gonna be we already know. Okay, so next, Okay, that's that area that they was talking about. That for if they want to do like little like get together food trucks or whatever the case may be, that area they can do that. Um, okay, like I said, they probably will have stuff like downstairs. Maybe like a little if they want to open like a cafe shop or a store or whatever like that, because there are some stores that is needed to be around. So this is the plaza they're talking about, where people, they can hang out around and all that stuff. So kind of similar, what Marquette kind of has with that area between what's that, 14th and 16th in between Wisconsin and Mason or Wells, wherever that street is. So yeah, so like I said, it looks promising, and like the also the mayor's job to get like a lot of people living in the city too. So wherever the case may be. But okay, that's it for Milwaukee Development. We're gonna look a little bit of comic books and movies and TV news before we end the show. And I'm glad for y'all that's sticking with me on this. So
I have no choice. I live with you. However, you will be making me a cup of tea afterwards because I painted that room and I'm exhausted.
and you didn't. It seemed like you wanted to do.
What?
I thought you wanted me to help too with the painting.
I did, but you got started with this at the time I needed help.
Oh crap!
So I was like, okay, let me just get on with it.
All right, fair enough. But treating us to the movies.
They treat me to a full body massage as well.
Shouldn't I be asking that because my birthday's coming up
Is it your birthday?
next Thursday?
Then next Thursday you'll get a full body massage, including your testicles. What?
That's a crazy name for it.
Testicles?
Yeah. Uh, it is a funny thing. It's appropriate for this channel too.
I was trying to keep it cleanish so that
Oh
you're
yeah,
not
cause
flagged anywhere.
yeah, cause of what happened last time.
Yeah.
That's funny. It was through TikTok, and I think it was like she made like a
I made a comment about somebody who had messed us over, like screwed
right.
us over, and I got flagged for bullying.
Well, I wouldn't say she got flagged. It was just like
You got flagged for
yeah.
bullying and
On TikTok, it was like it gave me a warning, like you do it again, you will be stopped. You won't be recording. So yeah, this just didn't make any sense. So like I said, there's people at CinemaCon yesterday. So they got some news about Sony's uh first looks at maybe Spider-Man Brand New Day or wherever they got coming out. I think Disney was there too because they got a show about Avengers, Doomsday and stuff like that. So they did test screenings for Avengers Doomsday. So a lot of crowd liked it, and they got that feeling of the Infinity War movie.
you're not the only person who said that.
Oh really?
A couple of people have said that same thing.
Yeah. That was reading about what some people were saying. I was like, okay, Infinity War feel. That's a good thing. So we expect Secret Wars like to be the end game part of the that. And plus, Secret Wars supposed to be the conclusion of the multiverse saga, which it was half and half. Like I said, I like all the TV and movies of the multiverse saga, but there were some things you do like to think that why it wasn't connecting, why some of these movies weren't connected to like the multiverse or anything like that. Some of the movies were, but some of them wasn't. If you know what I'm saying.
All right, so my friend who did the cookies for a wave of light,
Yes.
her 414 cookies.
Nice.
Are they great?
Yeah. That's cool. So, they say it was new footage that was out for Spider-Man Brand New Day that's been shown at CinemaCon and, of course, in Vegas. So I guess the scene they shows will not be released to the public at this point, but they had a script in the scene with Jacob Baum's character, which is Ned, was Peter Parker's, best friend. Oh, shows him or you united with Peter Parker, showing Peter followed Ned to his apartment, discovering that he is trying to find out who Spider-Man is. So yeah, so that's Ned's mission to find out. I think with the spell they did, for No Way Home, um, they know Spider-Man is still around, but they don't know Peter Parker exists. Crazy enough. But yeah, so it'd be interesting. So they saying this could probably lead to Ned turning into the Hobgoblin. So maybe they'll probably have something like that in the end credits or something like that just to start that up. Who knows? But and plus they said maybe the black symbiotic suit may debut. Because don't forget, because if you saw Venom: The Last Dance, he was in the MCU at one point, but got transported back to his world, and this left the symbiote around, as you saw in the end credits. Let it Venom's The Last Dance. That it left. The other one had left, from where they was holding like all the symbiotes and stuff at, and it's just like traveling around. So still out there. So probably at one point they probably will talk about that subject. If not in this brand new day, maybe the next Spider-Man, or maybe something in Secret Wars. You never know. Um, Ned has created a spider tracker app to work out Spider-Man's true identity. He has narrowed it down to Mr. Harrington and Flash Thompson. Oh God, that's funny. Uh, wait a minute. Also, okay, so Ned is gonna end up working for the Daily Bruegel. So yeah, it's probably gonna be like Peter Parker's replacement on the Daily Bugle. So that'd be interesting. And for y'all to see it pre-recorded, this poster did review. I think it's two posters that they released about how it looks. Well, about the movie that's coming out end of July. I thought that one looks nice. It was a good thing. Then this one, Spider-Man battle in the hand. I thought that was great too. So probably one of those posters I'm gonna get eventually, but just waiting when. So, anyways, that's for a little bit of that Marvel talk. Let's see what comic book stuff what comicbook.com got. So, of course, y'all know the new episode of Daredevil Born Again will be out today. So, like, when I get to see like all episodes and do a review on season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. Let's see. Okay, yeah, not much about about that. So I'm gonna jump to Arthur Smith Facebook page, and I haven't done this in a while, but we will go to Marvel updates. We'll do that first, then we're gonna go to DC updates, and we're gonna end it from there. So let's see what's interesting stuff they have. Could be some of the stuff that I might have already talked about. Um, Sorry, and move this out the way. So let's see. Okay, Joel Lockett that plays the character Blicken, which is Scarlet Witch's son, between her and Vision. So they say he signed a multi-picture deal. So, and you guys saw him like as young adult, on Advocate All Alone, which one of the great series that they have. And it did kind of touch up on the multiverse a bit, but at least it did, rather than don't touch on it at all like some of the movies that the multiverse saga did in shows. But I guess some of the shows is understandable, but not all of them. Crap, crap, crap. Okay, sorry guys.
I'm
This,
trying to.
I gotta pee, so I'll be right back, and we will finish up. Until then, you probably get to see the.
See my husband throw everything on the floor and I'm like, yes, he knows what he's doing when he doesn't. Just saying.
Probably not, but sorry guys. Until then, you get to watch the magnificent, magnificent world of Daisy.
Whoa!
So hold on. Is that right now?
That's hail. Baseball size hail. Jesus.
Storm, what have you done?
Sing a song. Make it clear. Make it strong. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
As you see, she's looking at me. She knows that, and y'all know that I'm back. So, hold on a second. Okay. So I hope you guys are watching the pre-recorded episode enjoyed, the wonderful world of Daisy. And let me
And me
fix.
singing them a song.
Yeah, I heard she was singing too. So.
Poor people.
Yeah. Poor people. That's funny. Uh. Anyway, so. Oh wait a minute. Oh, okay. Oh, they were saying the poster that they did for Brand New Day is kind of similar poster to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 2. So, if y'all did see, both of those movies, you probably get the concept of like what's gonna be going on. It's like either Spider-Man 2, they found out Mary Jane found out who Spider-Man is, and you have Amazing Spider-Man 2 that the love of Peter Parker's life, which was Gwen Stacy, died. And so maybe something is going to happen to MJ on Brand New Day. We don't know how much of a limited role that the person, Zendaya, she plays MJ, because she has a lot of movies and TV series that's out this year. Like I think she got that HBO TV series that's out now. Doom 3, which will be out the end of the year, The Odyssey, and it was something else too. So yeah, she's having a busy year, and I can understand why she want to take a break after all this. Um, of course, images they have for the Beyond the Spider-Verse. Okay, so they did have an official day on that one, so June 18th of next year, which is fine. But kind of cool. Um, okay, don't want to know much about that. Wait a minute. Disney Plus brings the Tom Hardy's 1.5 billion film and more this week. It may be the Venom. They're probably just putting all three movies of the Venom, I would say, trilogy. So that's good. Red Hulk may appear on Doomsday, but not Harrison Ford. Kind of a little bit spoiler of Daredevil season 3, so the Defenders look like they will be back, but I don't want to know the details of season 3 because didn't finish watching season 2 yet, so not going to get on that. Sean Levy could reportedly return to direct the next Deadpool movie. We heard from Ryan Reynolds. They are currently writing another Deadpool movie, which will probably be involved with like X Force characters, and it probably will be Deadpool and X Force. Who knows? But it's going to involve X Force. Like they tried to do it with Deadpool 2, but with Deadpool and Wolverine, they had some of the characters in, but they didn't make it like official team. So and as you saw, Deadpool did revive some of the characters, and some of them he did. You know what I mean? Like the Peter character is just so hilarious. Had no powers, but just knows everything. Even like they get done, they start shooting Deadpool and Wolverine and stuff. Well, the new Deadpool movie. It might be sometime because I know they're gonna film X-Men later this year. They're gonna start that later this year. Um, and was there? Oh yeah, and of course, Avengers: Secret Wars. They're gonna start filming next month. So yeah, a lot on their plate, and plus, right now there still ain't no movies between Doomsday and Secret Wars, which kind of sucks. But there's TV series that's gonna be between then and there, which is somewhat okay. Or maybe Sony out of nowhere makes like a because apparently Sony is trying to redo their Spider Verse by having their own Spider Man, which I don't know how that's gonna do, but because the deal with Sony and Marvel, Sony must gotta make Spider Man movies like was it like every 3 to 4 years, or it goes back to Marvel and Marvel will give it to Marvel Studios. Okay, Secret Wars and Avengers Doomsday Art. Wait a minute. Should be Secret Wars that's now pre-production, unless there's some other stuff that. Oh yeah, because they said they're going to add some stuff on Doomsday, so reshoots is going on. Same thing with like Spider-Man, Brand New Day. There's reshoots going on right now as well. So yeah. Uh, Yeah, like I was saying about the test screening for Doomsday has that that Infinity War level type. So that's good news. The opening Avengers Doomsday will show variants of X-Men fighting against a variant of Spider-Man, which talk about Tobey Maguire. So they saying he's gonna be on Secret Wars. So we'll see from there. Of course, Shane Sink was rumors of she's gonna be in, of course, Brand New Day, Avengers: Secret Wars, and rumored to be X-Men. Because some people think she's gonna be playing Jean Grey, but like I said, I don't know until we officially see the Brand New Day, or they'll show a trailer of her and who she actually is. So there's a lot of rumors out there. She could be this, she could be that, but just wait and see. Okay, that's behind the scenes of Daredevil's last week's episode. Um, Unsued design from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3. I guess that's when they're supposed to be shooting Spider-Man. Oh, I guess that was okay. They must have like the options of like suits they wanted him to wear, so they end up doing it differently, as you saw. Having the original Spider-Man suit, but just having it in black. Sydney Sweetie is eye for a role as Emma Frost. I can see that. That can work, but it all depends where the X-Men story is going to be, because they are currently writing it. Like I said, we ain't gonna know what's going on, so they saying they may go with the OG X-Men cast. So Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Beast, and Angel. So they were original X-Men before they got expanded. Um, let's see. course, they claim, the original Hulk is going to end up going, as Savage Hulk, and also may end up turning to the Gray Hulk at one point. So, like I said, no, I'm just reading on, stuff that's going on, but I'm not going to, like, take it with a grain of salt. So I'm just going to, wait until I actually, see it. And like I said, I did watch the official trailer. Y'all probably saw it on the video a few days ago, so check that out. Spider-Man Brand New Day is Tom Holland's favorite Spider-Man film yet. We'll just say yet. Really, not much. Okay, so y'all see this. So May is gonna be kind of like filled with like Marvel content. You got the season finale of Daredevil Born Again, which will be on May 5th. Maybe they'll have like a 2 episode finale or 1 episode, but just from what it seems like, they probably gonna have like at one point because it's supposed to be 8 episodes. The first one they showed in March was 1 episode. Then 2 episodes the week before, one last week, so they on episode 4, and this week they'll probably be on episode 5. Next week maybe episode 6. And I think that's like the close to the end of April. So possibly it could be a 2 episode finale or wherever the case may be, just to make it fit on that May 5th schedule. So who knows? Of course, the TV movie of Punisher One Last Kill be out on May 12th. Then all 8 episodes of Spider Noir will be out on May 27th. So people know to binge watch it. There you go. But yeah. Oh yeah, ideas of characters that they want to put in X-Men, who want to play, Beast and Rogue. And I think we're going to end it from that point and just go to DC news. So, because, they got Supergirl coming out in June. So, one of their anticipated movies in the DCU. Then, they got Clayface in October. At one point it was supposed to be in September, but they moved it to October. Which is fine, so as long as it's like coming on the same year. Let's see. Nina Jorna has been cast on Maxima and Man of Tomorrow. So, they already got a date for that, July 9th of 2027 for Man of Tomorrow. Although they're going to start shooting it sometime this month. Okay, James Gunn confirms David Fleming will return to compose Man of Tomorrow. Okay. Promo artwork. Eva de Dominiki looks absolutely ripping her latest training video. So I guess she's gonna get like a role of some sort in the DC. So they said, Maxima has been cast. Maybe, introduction of Wonder Woman. That could be the case. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Grace Kalani Curry, who was in Shazam. Early talks of maybe playing Wonder Woman. Who knows? So 1,000 people in Hollywood, they did an open letter proposing the merger of Warner Brothers and Paramount. But some, the YouTubers be saying, it's beneficial that, Paramount owns them than Netflix or anything else. So, yeah, there's a lot of names that's on here. Including,
just so you know, I found my brand new cord in Robert's bedroom.
What about that other cord I gave you?
That's the one that doesn't work.
Oh my God.
He stole the brand new cord. If that doesn't sum up life with a child, I may point out that this child is 26 this year.
Oh yeah, just July.
Yes, 26. He steals his mother's power cord. Don't you be laughing.
So otherwise,
I steal yours in return. So
I know. That's what I was just about to say. Seems like you've been robbed.
Oh, I was robbed by Rob.
Like Mrs. Jones, I think you're being robbed.
I was robbed by Rob. True. I was robbed by Rob.
That is a good one. I didn't think about that. So,
Gluing the boys.
oh yeah, baseball thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got a lot of notable names of celebrities that against the merger. I don't know why. Got the director J.J. Abrams on here. Mark Ruffalo, Joaquin Phoenix, Ben Stiller, Glenn Close, Jane Fonda, Jason Bateman. Yeah, just the list just goes on and on. There's more.
What, they having issues over? I'm not listening.
The merger of Paramount and Warner Brothers.
Oh.
So, okay, so Warner Brothers got their CinemaCon part today, 7:30 Eastern, so it'll be 6:30 here. So we get news on it. We'll talk about it, but it probably gonna most likely be tomorrow because me and the missus going to the movies to say they will kill you. I can't believe I'm a little bit excited for a horror movie that I want to go see.
That's because you've been with me now for long enough that you can appreciate the joy of a good horror.
Because I guess it's believed that the woman that plays the lead character, she did play Domino in Deadpool 2, and plus was on the Joker. It just seems like, plus with all the previews they show, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty good one. So we'll see. So first teaser of DC Studios' Clayface reportedly set to drop this week. I didn't even know they were finished filming it. So well, they say it's gonna be on the cheaper budget for Clayface. So whatever. Let's see. Of course, Nicholas Hoult, who played Lex Luthor, getting his haircut again, preparing for his role as Lex Luthor on Man of Tomorrow. Like I said, it was supposed to start filming this coming month.
Alright, we are glued. Hopefully that will now dry. I won't have to put it back 20,000 times when our grandchild plays it.
Right.
I can see why somebody returned it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because it can't never
It just doesn't stay on properly, does it? There's a piece missing from it too.
Oh, that explains it. A piece was missing. That explains a lot. Our heartfelt condolences to Zack Snyder, his family, loved ones on the passing of his father. Which his father looked like he was a Green Bay Packer fan. Ain't that something? Wow, okay. That's cool. Okay, yeah, and plus, they probably talk about the Batman Part 2 as well, so on that panel that they will have today, so that'd be interesting, so, we'll keep an eye out for it. Other than, of course, the Lanterns will, come out late August. DC Man Tomorrow is set to begin filming on April 20th. How conventional. With production expected to continue through August 21st. So they ain't gonna take that long as usual. But I know they're gonna have the editing and all that stuff going out, and plus filming will happen in Atlanta and Cleveland. Oh, that's nice. Because they don't always have to they have to go overseas so they can avoid payment of taxes and stuff. It's just kind of, I understand it, but at the same time it's kind of stupid as well. Oh wow. So they coming out with a crypto doll. It's probably for everybody to love. Why not? But yeah. Let's just talk about who's confirmed going to be in Man tomorrow. But there's probably more characters that they didn't put out there yet. And plus, you don't know all the villains that's going to be on Batman Part Two. We already know that Sebastian Stan that played the Winter Soldier in the MCU is going to play Two Face on Batman. I don't know who they are, and seems like it ain't even important. If it is, they can just leave a voicemail. So yeah. But it's good music to listen to. And of course, they say Scarlett Johansson may play Two Face's wife. So like I said, everything ain't set in stone just yet. So, but then again, of course, the original character that was in the first movie will be back on there. So, whatever the case may be, the Batman Part Two is set to begin filming in June in London. Okay. So you have all these rumors, okay, they're gonna be shooting the end of the year or stuff like that, but that was official, so they'll be shooting in June. So in other words, of course, talk about the merger and stuff like that. I think, we can just I like that they did like the throwbacks of the past, like Supergirls, like in posters and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it to talk about, comic book stuff, and I think this will be the end of the show. So I know y'all hang on there for like nearly 3 hours, so didn't think it's gonna go that long, but hey, thanks for the ones that's still on here. Thank you for guys that watching. I think we got it right on the YouTube part, so y'all probably gonna see 3 parts with this third part being longest of them all. So yeah, apologize. Thank you for guys that's watching through Twitch. Please follow us on here and try to like pass more viewers up here. So Robert's back.
Oh.
What are you doing back?
I gotta grab my tax papers in my car.
Oh.
And your car?
Yeah.
You said cord.
Car.
Oh, so much.
Is my tax forms and
God, so much for our plan.
what?
We're just gonna go to the movies.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Dang. So I gotta go through my taxes.
That's okay. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we'll figure out another way.
Yeah.
What, did you guys already get tickets?
Yeah.
Yes.
So look in the room.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll figure it out. But anyway, guys, so
Oh, you painted.
like I said, you
Yeah.
guys on YouTube, you know what
But
to
the
do.
series
Please like and subscribe.
starts.
We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We'll start doing giveaways and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that.
You can still do the end.
Also, click the notifications buttons on all of our platforms. On my personal TikTok page,
You got a cold?
Facebook Live,
Somebody probably down with the cold.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's see,
Or maybe it's allergies.
Twitch or
You can take
YouTube
the rest of
Live.
that Dr. Pepper there if you
So,
want it.
guys, please, click the notification buttons to see when the next time we'll be either live or another recorded video. Also, guys, check out the website, wrestlefantspeakout.weebly.com with upcoming events, wrestling-wise in the Midwest, and
Okay.
all that good stuff. So, also don't forget, our sponsors, Midwest Wrestling Collectibles. Interested with wrestling merch, check them out. Also, Great Scott Sports Cars, talk about, if you had cars, you want baseball cars, football cars, basketball cars, and all that good stuff. You want to sell to them or buy from them, trade them, look them out. They are on our website as well on the sponsor page. And so is we are proud sponsors of Phoenix Pro Wrestling, which they got a show next Saturday. Hey, $10 tickets. It's cheap. Go see it. It's in Hogan, Wisconsin. Also, we are a proud sponsor of Maddie's Memory.
Yes, you are.
Yes, so maddiesmemory.org or .com, either one. QR code if you want to donate to help with our cause with the helping with families that dealing with pregnancy and infant loss. Go ahead and donate there, or you know somebody that's dealing with the same thing and need like resources. You know you can check out their website as well. And also on a Facebook page, they do have Pregnancy and Infant Loss Network, so check that out as well. So you guys, like I said, I appreciate you guys that stayed on here for like 3 hours for me, rambling about everything. So appreciate it. So anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. Until the next video, man up, woman up, face up, and check on your mental health. So
Don't be about that.
there we go. So y'all have a good one. See you later, and enjoy your day. Let's see, let me end it on TikTok.
Okay.
We didn't get to 500 subscribers, so 500 likes, so maybe we'll do it next time. So end that one, and I'm gonna end Facebook Live. So thank you guys, and I'm gonna end it from Twitch too. So goodbye, people from Twitch and Facebook Live. Oh, not YouTube Live. I'm sorry. So y'all have a good one. See you later. So let's end it from there.
Uber.